I want to talk again about this book, Creativity by Osho. And if you don't understand what Osho means in creativity, let me explain it real quick because it's not the conventional perception like, I'm going to paint this picture, I'm going to write this. Osho believes that we can be creative in everything we do in life. And when we choose to be creative, that's what the true joy of life is. That's what the true purpose, the true message, the true mission. And it's not that you have to be a painter. You have to be an artist. You have to be a singer. You can be a landscaper and be creative. You can be a person that just paints walls and be creative. Like, there's always a way to find creativity in life. And the more creativity we can find, the better our life will be. And Osho goes about finding creativity in an interesting way. Like, most people think you're born with creativity, but that's not true. Each and every one of us is creative. Each and every one of us has the ability to create something that has never been seen. Use the energy within inside of us to give our unique spin on life. Just find our unique message, our unique vision, and exact that into a canvas, exact that into life. And the overall basis of the book is that the more times you're creative, the more times you will find yourself, the more times you will be free. But the more we restrict ourselves, the more we think about, this is the conventional way, this is the way everyone else does it, I have to do it this way, the more you will find unhappiness in life. And ever since I read this book, I've done a deep dive on creativity. I've read a bunch of books on it. I've really tried to be creative in my life, and I can attest to the fact that if you feel like you're being creative, if you feel like you're doing something unique, at the very least, you enjoy it. It's not for the enjoyment of other people. It's not for the enjoyment of, like, you get the recognition, you get this, you get that, but, like, it's just so much more fun to find your own approach, to find your own path, to find your own way. And through that course of self-discovery, you really find out who you are as an individual. And it's really a journey that I wish on a lot of people. And if you want any example, like, look at the videos I've been making, look at the things I've been talking about, look at the subjects I've been exploring and really trying to bring to people, because these were subjects that I used to stray away from. These were subjects that I used to, keep in the back of my mind and not talk about on camera. And, like, I'd be like, well, it's not successful for other people. Other people aren't getting views, but I'm like, you know what? I want to go down my own path. I want to create my own things. I want to talk about the subjects I want to talk about. And because of that, I'll bring you books like this. I'll bring you books like this. Like, I'll bring books that aren't popular, but I want other people to read them. So you know what? If it gets less views, at least I feel authentic. At least I feel like I did something. And what can we apply with this information? What is inside this book that will really benefit you? And it's the fact that we can all access a creative state. We can all access through creativity we were born with. Think about when you were a child. You were able to daydream. You were able to see imaginary friends. You were able to play in the sandbox all day. And now you think all those things are crazy. But we still have those faculties to a certain degree. And maybe we haven't trained them for a while. Maybe they've gone dormant. But we can still access these things. And how to access this is basically ditching the ego. Getting rid of every perception. Getting rid of every expectation. Getting rid of everything except your ability to perform. And what I mean by this is, like, the best example for me, the best example I can provide is that when I go into a fight, when I go into a tournament, I get in my own head. I get all worked up. If I just fought like I did when I'm in the gym, I would just maul everybody. I would beat everybody. But I don't. I fight like somebody who's scared. I fight like somebody who has something to lose. And because I have these expectations, because I have these fears, I can't express my abilities when I'm actually doing things. And if I got into a state where I could just allow it to flow, I would dominate. I would control the fight. I would do everything I wanted to this person. And it's really, really frustrating. And there's a really great story in this book about a sumo wrestler who dealt with a similar thing. And basically he went to this Zen master, and the Zen master told him, if you just meditate, if you just focus on the waves until that is all that you can focus on, then that is all you will see. Go to the fight and you will dominate. And guess what he did? He did the exact same thing, and the story is so true. And there's another really, really good story. There's another really, really good example of a Buddhist monk who was talking about the flow of life and the flow of creativity. And he basically said that you need to be the bamboo. You need to be hollow on the inside and allow the energy of the universe to flow through you. You're rigid on the outside but hollow on the inside. You allow things to just happen. You don't dictate what happens. You're kind of just an observer. And I really think that this is the best explanation of creativity, because when you're the most creative, it's not from you. It really isn't. Like, you're accessing something much, much deeper. Have you ever had a game where you literally couldn't do anything wrong? Where literally every single basket you shot, it just went in, and it almost felt like you were invincible? That wasn't you. You were accessing a higher state. You were accessing a state where some primal thing inside of you was controlling, some intuition, some subconscious force, Christ consciousness, God, like whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe. But there is something that we can tap into. There's something that we can access. And it's all about getting to those states. It's all about training these states so that we can use them to benefit ourselves in our own lives. Because while it does do something for the soul, while it does do something for the spirit, you can also use creativity to uplift the people around you, to uplift society, to express your stuff that you really have left inside of you. And I'll give you a big hint. If you want to get over any habit, if you have really, really nagging habits and things you don't want to do, and you can't get over your sexual desires, you can't get over any of these things, like, if you just find a creative outlet, all of those desires go away. Creativity is the key to life. Like Sigmund Freud, when he theorized the libido, he basically said that sexual desire was a small aspect of it, and much more went into it, in terms of like the feelings of self-worth and the feelings of everything. And like, if we could find an expressive outlet, then that is the path forward. That is the path to life. And if you want a good thing to do, a good thing to start trying, like, there's always martial arts, there's always starting a YouTube channel, there's always reading books, there's always writing, there's always singing, there's a million things that you can start doing today that are going to allow you to access that creativity, allow you to express yourself, allow you to be yourself. And the more we can start to do these things, the more we can find out about ourselves and slowly over time integrate that personality into our lives. But until we do this self-discovery, until we really find out who we are inside, we never be whole. We will never feel anything. And that's why I love this book. Great book. Love the message. Love all of the things that are in this book. The practices I still apply to this day. And I just scratched the surface with it. I've done another video on this book, but I feel like I'd revisit it because the things I've learned, I've really applied for the past few months, and it's really gone a long way to improving my life. So yeah, check out this book. The link will be in the description. If you want any of my other stuff, if you want any of my other courses, if you want my creativity course, any of the other mindset courses, or fitness diet, I just made a school paid community, $5 a month right now. It's gonna go way up. Join that while you can. Join that while it's cheap. Can't wait to see you there. Peace out. I love all you guys. Yeah, thanks.